Hi everyone, welcome to a new live stream. My name is Heidi.
And I'm Toby. Really quickly, 380 Bitcoin was purchased last week by Me2, which is a Hong Kong company. Asia's in on it. They're all buying. So I'm so bullish this week. Like I'm looking at the price at 50 grand, 48 grand, 50 grand, 51, and smash down. It's just, you know what's happening. Big boys want to keep the price lower so that they can get in, because I think they realize this is their last opportunity before the top explodes. So, yeah, really excited. And then ETH, definitely feel like it's breaking out here. I'm not a chartist, but I'm pretty good at seeing trends, and I see a big trend here. So that's what I want to start you guys out with today. Exciting stuff.
Yeah. I just want to get caught up with everyone already chiming in the live chat. If you guys are here, go ahead and say hi. We love to hear from you guys.
Dave D, what's up, buddy? Nick,
usual suspects.
Brad, Art, Dave, W, Kaipo, Tracy, Powell, Anthony. I could just keep going.
Here.
Yeah.
Good to have you guys here. So yeah, today we really wanted to focus more on what you guys want to talk about with this AMA. Ask me
anything.
We'll see what happens. In the meantime, we have some other topics that we can talk about as well, in case there's one of those awkward pauses. Tracy Stark, 2 minutes late. Screw this. I'm out of here. Hopefully we caught you in time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Theta. Yep. Somebody's like talking about Theta right now. Kicking butt. Congrats to our Patreon subs. You guys are doing so well. It's ridiculous. And you guys have just begun.
Really, I mean, most people who are invested in crypto, you're probably doing really well. So I'm just glad that there's more people, waking up to this space and seeing the kind of potential that it really has. What are your favorite blink bleep coins, Toby? Oh,
what are my favorite ones?
Just throw out 5.
5 of them. Okay, so
like that's hard.
Jeez. Well, my top ones.
If you guys aren't our Patreon,
how about I'll do 3 of them. How about that? Because I want to leave that for the Patreon subs. So the top 3 would be, what is it? ETH is definitely my top by far, and that's because we've been in it forever. We've been in since 2015, and I think the first price we bought it was like around 70 cents. And so my second one would be Cardano, and the third one is actually DOT now. So we're staking. We're not staking ETH because I don't want it locked up. I think that's pretty dangerous, especially when going into a parabolic top. I don't want to be stuck in a position where it's locked for 2 years. Because I know the bull run's not going to last for 2 years. So yeah, I'm just like, no, not going to stake the ETH. It's not worth it. But as far as DOT, absolutely. Heidi just did a video on that. And also Cardano, we do it on Seed Pool. So check that out. It's done really well for us. Our friend Bill and I, we got together and made it. So yeah, we made it happen. So there's a lot delegated there as well. So it's a great pool.
Yeah. Tracy Stark, I was thinking the same thing. He said Ethereum isn't a bleep coin.
I mean, some people say that, okay, Bitcoin is the only coin, whatever, but but
Toby gave himself some wiggle room there.
See, I never say that something's a crap coin just because I really like the free market, and I like that there's really some of the smartest people in the world aren't just working on Bitcoin, they're working on Ethereum, DOT. You have like Gavin Wood, DOT, and Kusama and things like that.
Toby's a big fan of Gavin Wood.
I am a big fan of Gavin Wood. Yes. Anyways. Ready?
I did want to address Summer Lily. She asked, aren't we all in the Patreon? No, actually, Patreon is our special paid group. You were part of it through paying. You were able to pay in crypto, so you are getting all the information through the emails, like trade alerts, portfolio links to all of our classes. Yeah. That's how you're interacting with Patreon. For other people who are able to purchase in the more traditional way, you can go to patreon.com crypto tips and instantly get access to a ton of different classes and all of our other information, as well as what's to come out this is it on? Okay,
I think so.
My mic's on.
Yeah. And so, like, for instance, I just posted a trade alert today, or it wasn't really a trade alert. It was more of a talking about what I feel is going to happen in the market. So yeah. And I do that occasionally just because I know that during like crazy volatility times like that, it's really important to give people a clarity of where I think the market's headed. Just because we've been through this like 3 times already. So it's like, all right, well, this is normal. I see that there's patterns here, and whether it goes up or down, it doesn't matter right now. Like, quit looking at short-term gains in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Like, just quit it. It does people no good. Look at the long-term. Look at who's buying. We are on we're in the first phase right now. We just ended the first phase. I think the accumulation phase for the second phase is just beginning now. So you're going to have institutions buying Bitcoin, and now you're going to have them buying Ethereum. I think they have been, but
we've seen seen that pattern already with crypto in general. Even with retail investors, most people start with Bitcoin and they trickle down to other altcoins, and it's going to be the same on that level as well.
Yeah.
I thought I saw a question here. Oh, Luis Milfont was asking, what about the risk of slashing in DOT? Isn't it a risk to be considered? Yes. I think I was mistaken with my thinking that your entire stake that you assign toward that validator will get slashed as well. I think it's just your rewards that you would have gotten from that maybe get slashed. I don't know. There's some gray area there. Still have a lot of research to learn about with that as well.
Well, okay. So, and Mark, you have a great question. Any thoughts on potential stock market crash? Will this impact crypto? Absolutely, it would impact crypto, but here's what I think is happening. So you have the Fed that is now, I think they're definitely in there right now. You have yield curve control. So that's for the 10-year yield. So the 10-year yield
bonds.
Is for bonds. Yeah. So what that is, it shows the health of the markets. It's like a canary in the coal mine. All right. So with that said, I think that because the Fed is going to be going into the bond market and buying up debt, I think that's the only way to really control the 10-year yield. So with that said, they're going to print up so much currency, even more than the 1.9 trillion that they just printed, that they're going to be handing to Americans fairly soon, I think. And, that's going directly into the economy. A dead economy, essentially an economy where there's no money velocity, which is how fast money changes hands. And so you're going to see crazy amounts of inflation. I mean, look at oil. It just went to $70. I think we're going to see $300 or $100 oil fairly soon. Even Ben Rickards, who is the guy that on the Wolf of Wall Street, I think it's Wolf of Wall Street.
No, The Big Short.
The Big Short, yeah.
The Wolf of
Sorry, not the book, but The Big Short. So like I follow the guy. The guy's a genius. The guy knows markets better than most people in the world, and he's like, I think it's going to go to $100 or a triple digit. So that could be well above $100 oil.
Yeah.
So that means inflation is coming, and it's like it's going to be a really big issue for people that are not in inflation hedges like Bitcoin, Ethereum, this whole space. So, yeah.
Also, we had a question from, where did I just see it? Matthew Moon. Are you guys living in an area where you don't pay capital gains taxes? If so, you guys have a huge advantage. Our situation where we live, our citizenship situation, all of that was very deliberate for a lot of different reasons. We used to be U.S. citizens. We have since renounced our U.S. citizenship. That in itself is a huge tax relief, to be honest. Additionally, our second citizenship that we did obtain was through St. Kitts and Nevis, which is a Caribbean country. And there's no capital gains tax there, or there's no income tax there. Additionally, we are residents of Portugal, so that means that us as individuals investing in crypto, those are not. That's not a tax-free. I'm sorry, that's not a taxable event. Your profits from crypto as an individual investment. So yeah, Portugal was like a happy coincidence that it became crypto friendly, but we definitely fell in love with Portugal far before there was any kind of a announcement about it being crypto tax friendly. And that could also change in the future. Who knows?
But it doesn't matter if that changes. I couldn't care less if tomorrow the Portuguese government's like, all right, well, we're going to tax all citizens or all people that are investing in crypto and crypto gains. So considering like where we've taken our money, we've voted with our money. So a lot of people vote for the politicians. We vote with our money. We bought another citizenship, which we don't even need to report income tax in the country that we are living or of now, which is St. Kitts and Nevis. And so with that said, we can just put our bank there and then it's tax free. Yeah. So it's just like there's no way we've been flexible enough in life to where it doesn't matter what governments say, we're going to have to pay taxes legally.
Also, another country we were looking into for banking is Georgia.
Yeah.
That one could be very helpful for a lot of people.
To the Nomad Capitalist, he kind of put us on to that. And if you haven't seen the latest Nomad or one of the latest Nomad Capitalist video, check out Heidi.
Yeah, we did an interview. It was pretty good. Felt like I killed it.
Yeah. Yep.
Traders End asking question. What about what about NFTs? Yes, this is actually the topic for the newsletter that I sent out. It was late. Man, I was editing that tutorial for the DOT. Staking went way longer than I thought, and I just ran out of hours in the day, so I pushed back the newsletter. I sent it out this morning. Anyway, talking about NFTs, and, a lot of people think of it's very similar, I guess, maybe, to the tulip mania in the 1630s, but not really. This is something that we're going to continue to see in the crypto space. Whenever there's a new implementation of blockchain tech, a new solution that it is where it's a solution for a new issue or whatever, this whole concept of living life digitally, we're experiencing, videos, photos, music, writing, books, whatever is all being digitized. And that kind of a medium until now, really with this implementation of NFTs, has been very easy to duplicate, to fake, to share. And it's been kind of at the cost of the creator of that content to the point where, we know a lot of photographers where they don't even want to put their really good photos online because it's essentially free at that point. They can't make any money off of it. And so for people who really want to, earn a living doing their passion, it kind of has been a hindrance. But there's also obviously a lot of benefits to living online and sharing, what you can do online. You can get a lot of attention and a following that way as well. But NFTs is a really cool way to kind of bridge those two worlds back together and give the creators the ability to earn a living and be rewarded for their content. And also, it proves ownership. It can be verified that it's like authentic. It's really cool. So super speculative, super hypey NFTs are. Like everyone and their mother is doing an NFT, which is like cool. It's like, it's a new thing. Everyone's experimenting with it. A lot of people are making money with it. Obviously, there's risk that, you're going to be the last one holding the NFT bag. Oh, that was an accident. There's obviously a lot of risk whenever it's super speculative like this. But this is something that's happened year after year after year in crypto with ICOs, with DeFi space, and now with NFTs. It's going to mellow out, but it's a really cool, I think, implementation of blockchain tech.
For sure.
Oh.
And it's going to morph into different things. So, for instance, you have the gaming world. The gaming world's just, that's why I like Engine, like the one that...
Oh, that one's been killing it.
Yeah, so congrats on our Patreon subs. Jeez, that was I knew it was going to do well. I was just like, all right, well, lagging. That's fine. I don't care. It's like, I really don't care what I'm holding as long as I have as long as I feel like it's more of a long-term hold. It doesn't matter what it's doing at that time because I know it'll eventually do pretty good. And if it doesn't, whatever, we have another 50 coins or whatever. So yeah.
Samantha Zone, she asked, any thoughts on XRP in the SEC court case? My personal opinion, I think it's going to be settled out of court. I think they're just going to pay a fine, get a slap on the wrist, and that's about it. That's how it's like always going down now with crypto anyway. Do you want to tackle that question from Dan Cryptid?
Dan Cryptid, okay.
It's highlighted.
Do you track fundamentals to monitor how far we are in the bull market? What fundamentals are you looking for? Well, I mean, I'm not really looking for fundamentals other than Bitcoin it already has its fundamentals, you know what I mean? So that's why you have are
you looking like at market cap, volume?
Okay.
Stuff like that.
So not really fundamentals, but what it's
like. What statistics are you looking at?
So I'm looking at outflows from crypto exchanges into private wallets. And then once I see a massive inflow back into exchanges like Bitstamp, Coinbase, whatever, that's when I go, okay, let's see what the market's doing. If it's going parabolic, that might be the time to probably take some profits, especially when you see mainstream. I'm constantly looking at CNBC. That is my...
Yeah, what's your canary in the Bitcoin mine? What's your
CNBC
canary?
is my canary.
When they're saying buy Bitcoin?
When they're every day...
It's a guaranteed profit buy Bitcoin. That's when you should maybe take some profits.
Every day. I mean, if you didn't realize back in 2017, 2018, when people were on CNBC were just yapping and going, yeah, get into Bitcoin, blah, blah, blah. This is the next big thing, this one and that one. And it's just all right, the masses are going to get in and they're just going to get slaughtered. And I don't want that to happen to any of you guys. So we will be updating that immediately, when we start selling. But just to let you know, we're probably not going to sell very much Bitcoin, if at all.
Yeah.
So everything else, I will sell a lot of other than Ethereum. We
got to keep this going.
Okay, sorry. Tracy Stark, tell me, what is the biggest wave you've ridden that you didn't get smashed by?
That's a good question, Tracy.
Gosh, probably around 70 to 80 feet. I ended up getting destroyed afterwards. But yeah, that's about it. I mean, so you have to understand, over here, the world records for surfing is all political, and it's how much money you can throw at the Guinness Book. That's pretty much it. I mean, it's no world record is legit, because I've seen people catch 80-foot waves over here and they didn't even get a chance at the Guinness Book. So yeah, so that's all fake. So pretty much I think I've
bought
caught
and paid for, just like so many other things in this world.
For sure. And not to toot my own horn, but I probably caught one of the biggest waves ever ridden out here.
Yeah.
And Heidi can attest to that. So
yeah, it was thrilling for me. I don't know how it felt for you. Yeah. Michael Long asks, can you explain why ADA is not higher now, considering the release of the hard Mary fork? Hard fork Mary. I'll say what I think, and then you say. It's this concept called buy the rumor, sell the news. Very classic, where it's been hyped up, and then it actually comes out, and then people take profits off of that hype. This is, I think, a classic situation of people who were buying the rumor, and then the thing happened, and now they're all selling. So that's probably why it's not, it's like an unfortunate event that happens all the time in crypto, when obviously when upgrades are happening with networks, you would hope that's when the prices, appreciate, but it's pretty psychological as well.
And also, I mean, it just rose so much. It's taking a break, guys. It went to 150 and then it retraced a little bit. So just give it some time. It'll do fine. So I think let's see. Where's another question? Do I think Bitcoin will drop
by
over 80%? No, I don't think so. And that's just my personal opinion.
After the top of this cycle, like when it retraces, you don't think it's going to have a big retrace?
I don't think so, because I think of a lot of these like big corporations are buying and they're just going to hold it, guys. Like, yeah, I don't know like what the heck is going to happen, because they can't just drop it all. And, like Michael Saylor, he's going to be like using his Bitcoin as collateral to go ahead and fund his company. He's not going to be selling the Bitcoin. So
he's getting really strategic about how he's incorporating Bitcoin into his business and how he can get more of it in a legal way.
Exactly.
It's really cool.
Exactly. And you're going to have he's teaching other corporations to do the same thing.
Yeah.
If you think like, for instance, even like Elon Musk is done buying Bitcoin, you've got another thing coming. Yeah.
W is asking, what do you guys think of parking your Bitcoin with Celsius or Nexo? Good idea or bad?
I think, Celsius has what? I mean,
not all of it. Okay. You're giving them ownership of your coins.
I'm sorry.
Period.
I'm sorry. I think Celsius has stable coins there as well.
Yeah, but he's talking about
no. As far as Bitcoin, hell no.
Whatever value you're putting on those, it doesn't matter if it's Bitcoin or whatever. Yeah, okay. Stable coin, much better idea, because it's a stable coin. It's not going to fluctuate in price.
Sure.
But I mean, any amount of Bitcoin or any amount of anything that you're putting on a platform like Celsius, Nexo, or BlockFi. I need to actually look into Nexo. I'm not sure. I'm just assuming that it's also custodian of your coins, where you're giving them the ownership of your coins. Like, you're left hoping that they're going to give it back to you. And who knows? When this bull run, whenever it happens, when the prices go crazy, we're going to see some rug pulls, I'm sure. That is not, that's not over for crypto, that's for sure.
Yeah, so we are not going to put any Bitcoin onto a centralized exchange ever. Ever. It's really, like, for us, it's really hard to even take off our Bitcoin right now, because we have something called a multi-sig.
Yeah.
And it's in multiple different continents as well. So it's really freaking hard for us to get anything out. But it's protection, in case we get kidnapped or whatever. Good luck. You're not going to get the Bitcoin. So,
Zaycoin Crypto World said Argo blockchain buys land to build Bitcoin mining facility in Texas. That's cool. What's also really cool is the CEO of Argo, publicly traded company, I think, according to the image that I saw on Instagram today, so it's legit. He is the first CEO to take his entire income in Bitcoin. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a first.
Yeah.
So a first of many.
Michael Saylor's like, dang it, why didn't I do
exactly.
that?
Why didn't I pay myself bigger? Dan Cryptid, your thoughts on EIP 1559? Do you think it will apply to Bitcoin's scarcity?
It will apply
narrative?
Bitcoin's scarcity narrative to Ethereum.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Or is it all
I'm not going to say anything right now. Check. I'm going on tomorrow with my friend Hugo.
Oh, yeah. Let us know. We got a friend coming on. He's great. We're a big fan.
He's not a noob. He's been in this space longer than pretty much anybody I know. And he's been mining
he might be lurking in the comments here in the live chat
for longer. Yeah, this guy's an OG, and he's a really humble guy, and he's actually one of our neighbors, which is kind of cool. I've known him for a long time, and we were talking about Ethereum back in 2015. Like, geez, what do you think it's gonna do? But we're gonna bring him on, and we are gonna talk just about that. Yeah. So he's been studying up on that.
Also, not this week, but the next week, I'm going to interview my lawyer here in Portugal that helped us, obtain residency. And for those of you, there's been a ton of interest in Portugal lately, for people, looking for maybe a crypto tax haven, or maybe just somewhere that's generally really cool to live in, like Portugal. So if you guys are going to be interested in that as well, feel free to leave comments or questions. Where can you leave questions? If you're in the Patreon group, send me a message with your questions. That would be great. If you are here, not in the Patreon group, just send me an email, support@learningcrypto.com, and go ahead and let me know what you want me to ask her, and then we can get those going.
So Jack Jones says my DOT nominees never get nominated. What's the trick to picking a validator that gets nominated? You can pick multiple.
Yeah, you can choose up to
DOT
16
nominators.
But like what I did, okay, so in the dot tutorial that I showed, I actually edited this part out. Maybe I shouldn't have. The very first time that we staked our Polkadot, that seems like bad grammar to me. Anyway, we staked our Polkadot. We used that Polkadot.js wallet. It's not as user friendly at all as Ledger Live, but the one thing that I did appreciate was they made it really easy to select the most profitable validators. So I don't know if maybe, I mean, you might as well go through the whole process on the Polkadot.js file that way, and then you can from there interact with your Polkadot file on Ledger Live because it's all being done on your Ledger anyway. So anyway, the Polkadot.js wallet, if you go through that process of staking, they show you the most profitable validators. The 16, you can automatically choose like the 16 most profitable. And what happens is it doesn't like divide your entire stake amongst all of those. It like kind of, they have an algorithm, I guess, that randomly selects which validator you would be assigned to during that epoch or that election. So yeah, there's a lot of intricacies with Polkadot staking that, you know, each platform and each network is like really unique. So it's hard to memorize everything about all of them. But
Brad says, greetings from Georgia. Georgia, like in the U.S. or Georgia, the country?
Yeah, I'd be interested to see that.
Yeah. Let's see. Optimized self. How big of a dip do you think
is significant enough to entice you to buy more of a coin you already have or have researched and are confident in? So like a long-term hold. Like how much
big of a dip? So for instance,
Bitcoin.
Yeah. So Bitcoin, I mean, every, you know, last bull run, there were 30 to 40% drops. If it gets anywhere near a 30% drop, I'm gonna buy.
Yeah.
Like I'm buying. Like when it dropped to $43,000 last time, $44,000. I mean, even on Twitter, you know, I'm like, Heidi's like, yeah, I'm buying. like, yeah. and she names the price, so it's not. She's putting herself out there. She's one of the only people that put herself out there and go, you know what, I'm buying right now at this price. So suck it up. And then I see all these people like, it's gonna go to 30K. I'm like, you guys are noobs. You don't know what you're talking about. Like Heidi's doing, this is genius. So, and we've done really dang good. It's been over friggin' almost $10,000 now.
Yeah.
Up.
Oh, okay. What do you think about the stock to flow model from Plan B? I actually did a really in-depth write-up about this in a newsletter maybe like 4 months ago. It was a while ago. But I remember like one thing from there is the thing that you need to pay attention to is that the miners place less and less pressure, sell pressure on the market because they're mining less and less Bitcoin. Obviously, the value of Bitcoin appreciating plays into that as well. I think it's generally, yeah, it makes sense. The stock to flow ratio makes sense from Plan B. But I think it's not as straightforward as that. And yeah, it's a general guideline and it makes sense. Obviously, a scarce asset is going to benefit from having an increasingly scarce emission of coins. So yeah, it's not far off.
Yeah. What is the minimum to stake in DOT? I think it's 10, right?
Oh, I'm not sure actually.
I think it's 10, but I could be wrong.
Don't be mad, guys. I'm not sure what the minimum is.
Yeah.
A lot of people were asking that in the comments, and I need to look at that. I need to do so many things, guys.
Marcus, will you buy Reef again or just move on? Listen, like we had so many coins. Like we still have so many freaking coins that we had to get rid of some, you know? Like I don't care if it goes up a little bit or whatever. It just doesn't matter. Like we have so many coins and I'm just trying to pick the best coins that will last the longest. And so as everybody knows, I got rid of some coins recently and we did pretty good. You know, it's up 7% in one day.
Yep. Vidor Chabra asking, I'm sorry for butchering your name, going to try once more. Maybe he asked this already and we missed it. Sorry. Do you think it makes sense to buy MicroStrategy for investing in Bitcoin, especially because they are leveraging debt at 0% to buy more Bitcoin? So you mean like buying the MicroStrategy stock?
MSTR, I think.
What's really interesting about MicroStrategy and also with Tesla is that now that it's public knowledge that they're using their reserve assets to be in Bitcoin, the public now knows when Bitcoin dips, their reserve assets are also going to dip. So it's kind of like they're kind of bonding themselves to the volatility of Bitcoin as well, which is interesting. So we'll see. Yeah.
What do you think? My thought on that, I will never buy anything in the U.S. stock market because I'll be taxed and I don't want to ever pay taxes again. So that's my short answer. I'm just going to stick with Bitcoin. I think it's going to do better than any other thing in the world, pretty much, over the long run. Yeah.
Yeah. So the word is that Theta is going to the thousands. What are your thoughts?
Theta in the thousands. Geez, I mean...
All I know is Theta is crappy for staking.
Well, hold on. I mean, like
1%.
Let me check this out. So let's go to the market cap of Theta really quick.
Also, okay, you look at that.
Yeah.
T. Jake asked, "How St. Kitts? I'm planning to move there once ADA hits $2." I don't know. I live in Portugal. So I actually did an interview with the lawyer who helped me get that citizenship. She lives in St. Kitts and Nevis. You can find that in my channel. And she talks about what it's like living there.
So, okay, with Theta, if it were to go to $1,000, that would mean that the market cap would be at $1 trillion. I mean...
So maybe in 10 years.
I mean, okay,
Oh, there was another... Sorry. I want to find a question.
There's a lot of currency being printed right now. That could potentially happen. But I just don't think so. I mean, who knows? I don't think so. I would say that other than Bitcoin and Ethereum, I think DOT could hit $1 trillion. There will be several alts hitting trillion dollar market caps. I could be wrong, but I don't know if Theta's going to hit $1 trillion market cap.
Okay, so last question, because we're at like okay. Last question from...
You guys think I can turn 100 grand worth of ETH into 1 million by end of year? Or should I continue playing the speculative alts game and only hold 20% of my portfolio in ETH?
Will Ethereum 10x by the end of the year? Is basically what they're asking, right?
Right here, I would love that.
But is it possible?
Yeah, of course it's possible. Definitely. I mean, yeah, definitely. If I just remember like the last bull run, ETH went from $20, like the where it was definitely the alt season, $20 to $1,395 or something like that. Why can't it do something similar? Or like why can't it 10x from here? Yeah, of course. I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever if it 10x. And I expect it to be in the multiple $1 trillion market cap. Whether it's this time or next time. So,
yeah. Marcus asked, you have so many coins in your portfolio. How do I choose which ones to buy? If you're new to cryptocurrencies, focus on, and you want to mirror our portfolio. Obviously, the coins that are in our top 10 are there for a reason. Yeah. That's where we've allocated most of our funds to those coins. Absolutely get Bitcoin first, and then look at Ethereum. And kind of down the line. And also feel free to go through our post if you're on the homepage of Patreon, there's the categories right at the top of the page. And one of those categories is trade alerts. Go ahead and just read through them. And because every time we do a trade alert, we explain why we're buying that coin and our thoughts towards it. If we think it's a long-term hold, short-term hold, super risky, whatever. So you can kind of get a feel for how we feel about those coins as well. Tartan Shark, I still like your name. You're like, that's my favorite YouTube name, I think, on here. Heidi, is your interview with a lawyer interview concerns only U.S. citizens? No, she works with anyone around the world who's interested in obtaining residency or
golden visas.
golden visas, pretty much interest in moving to Portugal. They want to learn, how much it costs, what they should expect, paperwork needed, all that stuff.
And if you do get a golden visa, it's 10 years tax-free here.
Yeah.
Just letting you know. It's a good deal.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think that's
Are we
much.
getting Nano? Okay. Maybe what's the surf look like this week?
I don't know. Oh,
you said there was surf on Thursday?
Something like that.
Okay. If the surf
cares?
is flat, if it's bad, maybe we'll do another live stream like this and catch up with you guys again, because you guys got great questions.
I'll end it with this. Mike Lang, yes, Filecoin is going to be part of the FANG of crypto. So
for sure.
I think for sure,
it could. It has a lot of potential.
Yeah, Filecoin is a sleeping giant.
There's no guarantees in crypto.
I love it when I see coins like Filecoin not skyrocketing and everybody's bored of it and nobody wants to talk about it. I don't see anybody talking about Filecoin. It's great. I'm so happy about that. And I am slowly purchasing more. I think it could be, okay, if you don't know what the thing is in stocks, it's like Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. So those are like the main stocks that people look at. And I think that, out of our portfolio, I think definitely it is going to be huge. And I'm still getting actually paid out.
Add Filecoin to one of those bleep coins that Toby likes.
Whatever. It's got a huge amount of talent behind it. Amazing advertising, which you're going to need. And also really good development. And IPFS I think is the future. So interplanetary file system. That's going to be the way of the future, I think. And so Filecoin's on top of that game.
Oh, TJ, that's a good question. Please do an AMA with the immigration attorney from Portugal. I'll think about it. I don't know that she's super comfortable being on camera, so I think it's going to be best to make it super comfortable for me. I will just do it pre-recorded, which is totally fine. That's how I was for like 5 years of doing this channel. Anyway, if you guys have questions for her, any questions at all, leave them at my email, support@learningcrypto.com. If you are a part of my Patreon group, always welcome to leave your questions in the messages, especially if you have a question for my attorney in Portugal here for the interview.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for participating in the live chat. Guys, brought it with the questions today. So much to talk about.
Yes.
And we'll be back again. Maybe we'll do a surprise live chat.
That could be good.
Or live stream. If we do, I will send you out a link via our newsletter. If you have joined our newsletter, you will get a link whenever we go live. If you haven't joined it yet, check out the link for it down below in the video description. It's free, comes out every Sunday. It's pretty cool. If you want to check out our Patreon, a link for that is down below as well. But we're going to wrap it up today. Thank you, everyone. Hope you stay happy and healthy. And what do you think?
I just feel bad. Okay.
What?
Adam and GRT. I think Adam, yes, for sure. Layer 2 is sick. It's great. It's amazing.
Yeah, we know that. We know obviously. You know that.
And it just enjoy yourself with that. And GRT, of course, it's going to do good. So anyways, bye-bye.
Stay disobedient, Toby. That's your line.
Stay disobedient, people. Okay. Please stay disobedient. Just if not for you, just for me.